Hi friends, it's your buddy Matt, the global ergonomist and ergo coach. Welcome to another Strong Qigong here on the Intracoastal Waterway, just outside of my hometown in beautiful St. Augustine, Florida. We started out today with a cloud series that started with piercing the clouds. Did that in bow stance. Then we went into carving the clouds, also in bow stance. So we do that east and west in both directions. Then we moved into horse stance and we performed a silk reeling activity we call wax on and wax off. And then we went into waving hands like clouds, an old favorite here for Strong Qigong. We finished up with Master Wong Kum's Waters, a version of waving hands like clouds. So I hope you enjoy it and I hope you'll come back again and again. Don't forget to hit the like button, the notification bell, be sure to subscribe, comment, and share. We love growing this community together, and we love having you for more Strong Qigong. So begin, as always, with some long, slow, deep, silent breaths. We make them deep, we make them slow, and that way we can calm our nervous system. Again, shifting away from fight or flight, the rapid, shallow, noisy breath, into rest and digest, the long, slow, quiet, silent breath. By doing so, we calm our nervous system. Blood vessels dilate, heart rate slows, 1,000 things improve. We start to get into the rest and digest branch of the autonomic nervous system, the parasympathetic branch. Now, as you do so, you can also focus on every breath cycle. The common neuroscience describes this as respiratory sinus arrhythmia, RSA. And that means that when you extend the exhale, you tip that scale even further towards rest and digest. So at the bottom of every breath cycle, remember you have reserve capacity in the lower lobes of your lungs, and you have two floating ribs at the bottom, just below the rib cage, that you can use to squeeze a little more air out. So if you can, extend every exhale at the bottom of every breath, and if you can do so comfortably, you might invite your eyes to close so that you can focus on this classic visualization we use in Strong Qigong called Sharpening the Mind on the stone of the breath. Imagine someone entrusted to you an heirloom samurai katana, a samurai sword. And you've been entrusted, as it's been handed down for generations, to keep it clean, to keep it sharp, to keep it beautiful as it was crafted originally. As you exhale, focus on your breath. And as you inhale, imagine you've drawn that blade across the stone, focusing on where the blade meets the stone. When you get to the end of your inhale, you flip the blade over and then you push it from you as you exhale. And you sharpen the other side. And when you get to the end of your exhale, you flip the blade and you draw it back to you. And you continue in this manner, drawing to you and pushing you from you in concert with your breath. Now here's the important part. Begin to focus on the flipping of the blade. At the end of every breath cycle, and at the end of every exhale and every inhale, you focus on that fleeting moment where the out-breath changes to the in-breath, and the in-breath changes back to the out-breath. We call this sharpening the mind on the stone of the breath, and it's a way to encourage your dopamine system to seek out that fleeting moment. You don't have to find it. The key is to seek it. And this gives you your powerful intention. So a few more breaths in this manner, and when you feel ready, you can invite your eyes to gently, slowly flutter open, just as a butterfly might leave a flower, so that we can begin our warm-ups from head to toe. We begin with what's known as the yoga neck roll. And this is what calibrates our interoception and proprioception, our body sense and our position sense. So we take a deep breath in, and our head floats like a balloon at the end of a string. As we exhale, our chin drops down. We purse our lips like letting air out of the balloon. When we inhale again, we inhale and we sweep one ear past one shoulder. Then we exhale across the chest. Inhale, opposite ear, past opposite shoulder. Exhaling across the chest, inhaling ear past shoulder. Move in this manner, synchronizing your breath with your movement. This allows your inner ear to calibrate with your diaphragm. The phrenic nerve that controls your diaphragm receives messages from the vagus nerve, your interoception, and both work in concert. As you do so, you bring yourself into quiet movement from side to side. And on your next exhale, you can pause at the bottom. Inhale your chin back upright. As we work into the upper shoulder girdle, the upper respiratory sinus, we inhale by looping our shoulder girdles forward and upward. We exhale and squeeze them downward and backward, and continue in this looping manner. Calibrate it with your breath, synchronize, and get those shoulder girdles looping as big as you can make them. And if you feel like naturally your knees float and melt in concert with those shoulder blades and your breath, do so. And enjoy the rolling of the shoulders. Now begin to make gentle fists and cross them and throw elbows into the mix. Make it a big opening chest move as you inhale. Exhale down, crossing wrists with gentle fists. Beautifully done. Then we get even wider, even bigger circles. We cross our palms. At the bottom, palms up, and we get the arms looping. Inhale. Open towards the sky, exhale down. Continue in this manner. Beautifully done. Open the chest. Breathe deeply. Well done. Then to bring us out of it, we just go back to crossing wrists and throw elbows a few times. Well done. And then finish where we started, looping shoulder girdles. Big loops forward and upward as you inhale, squeeze downward and backward as you exhale. Well done. On your next exhale, when your hands drop and shoulders drop, you can relax. Turn towards one hand, crossing midline, and begin to follow your hands behind you from side to side. The eyes follow hands, the hands follow breath, and the breath follows mind. These are windmills, part of a silk reeling routine. We use this for our warm-up to work our way down our respiratory sinus. Beautifully done. Now begin to throw those shoulder rolls and those elbow strikes. Gentle fists, rocking from side to side, big loops. And then up into the shoulder girdles, loop those. Side to side, big backward loops. Well done. Return to elbow strikes, looping the elbows. And then when you're ready, return to the palms, scooping and tossing from side to side. Notice we're shifting weight, we're turning trunk, which means we can work into our lower thoracic region by simply using this momentum of our trunk turn and our weight shift and turning from side to side like so. We know this warm-up as the ragdoll, sometimes called the constant lumbering bear. And after you've got this rhythm going, you can go right into the prayer drum, also known as the pellet drum. Begin to slap or tap the top of the opposite shoulder and the low back with the back of the hand. And after you've woken up the top of the shoulder, you can work to the top of the chest, up around your collarbone, somewhere safe to tap or slap. And then you can drop to those floating ribs we were talking about earlier. Beautifully done. We finish up the pellet drum in the upper half of the body, dropping the hands down to the hip, slapping or tapping, whichever feels right. After you've done the pellet drum, invite your hands to float to your hips as we work on the lower half of the body. Begin big hula hoops, looping the hips. This we know lovingly as stirring the bowl. Strong Qigong, we know that pelvis is the Latin word for bowl, and it's like swirling a little bit of wine around the bell of the glass. So whichever direction you chose, simply pause and begin to loop in the opposite direction. Beautifully done. And now we'll work our way into horse riding stance. So allow yourself to settle in the middle, step out a little wider, drop into horse stance. Remember, have a little bob, just like you're riding a horse in an old Western movie. For the great bear swings from side to side. We inhale, and then as we exhale, we turn our shoulders to drop down. We inhale, turn our shoulders to rise and pause. Exhale, turn shoulders, drop down. Inhale, rise to pause, and continue from side to side. You can rest your hands on your thighs anywhere comfortable. The great bear swings from side to side. Beautifully done. And on your next exhale, you can pause at the bottom. Inhale your trunk back upright. And before we leave horse stance, shift weight on a figure 8. Rock from side to side on your little boat on your moonlit night, on your placid Lake Junaluska, or on your placid intracoastal waterway behind us. Beautifully done. Remember, as you change direction, just round the corner and make it nice and smooth. Beautifully done. Now invite yourself to settle back into the middle. Bring your feet back into your center stance, which is shoulder width. Shift weight to one foot, raise the opposite heel, and loop the knee. Either direction is fine, because I'm going to ask you to unwind what you've wound, so just loop in the opposite direction. Well done. Then shift weight to that foot, raise the opposite heel, loop the knee, and after some loops in one direction, loop in the opposite. Beautifully done. Now invite your center of gravity to settle within your base of support. All that's left are the wrists, hands, and forearms. Remember your Lao Gong points. When you make a gentle fist with your hands, raise all the fingers except the middle one. Where your middle fingers meet your palm are your Lao Gong points, and they're important energy centers that help keep a circuit between your middle dantian, your Da Jue point between your shoulder blades, and your palms. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, melt down. And then when you inhale, float up towards the heart. Notice today I'm keeping my elbows out. Try the same. Inhale and rise, exhale and fall. And we borrow this from Master Sha Hong Yi from Shaolin Temple, Europe. Proper form. Deep intention, always intention. Now we set ourselves up for this classic visualization from Qigong that I learned from the fella who brought us World Tai Chi Day, Bill Douglas. If you can do so with eyes closed and continue this breathing and moving, do so. Invite your eyes to close. Begin to focus the mind on a visualization that's known as cleansing the inner body. As you inhale and your palms rise, you can envision glowing mist forming from the core of the earth, through the soles of the feet, through the trillions of cells of your inner body, to collect in your upper dantian, the mind's eye center. And when you go to exhale, that glowing mist forms a glowing cloud. That glowing cloud forms a glowing rain. That glowing rain washes down those trillions of cells through the soles of your feet and back into the earth. So with every inhale, a glowing mist rises. With every exhale, a glowing rain falls. And you wash your inner body. Cleansing the inner body is what this classic visualization is called. Beautifully done. Also imagine it washing down your 3 dantian. Those 3 smooth river rocks we lovingly select, gather, balance, and stack on life's river's edge. When your hands rise again, invite them to pause at heart height in that hugging stance we know and love so well. Stand like tree, and this is where we always begin and end and always take inventory of our alignment. So with long neck and light head floating upward, our heavy shoulders and our heavy tail melt downward. Between them, our spine gently stretches with every stretch. This is the string of pearls in the ancient Asian literature. Our hands hover as if we're tenderly hugging a long-lost loved one. Our feet are parallel in a firm-rooted stance like a mighty oak on a mountaintop in the Blue Ridge. And those 3 smooth river rocks, our 3 energy centers, our dantian, rest peacefully as if we lovingly selected, gathered, balanced and stacked with intention 3 smooth river rocks on life's river's edge. And with soft knees and soft bellies, soft breath and soft gaze, or best of all, eyes closed, we feel the echoes of our warm-up. From head to toe, the yoga neck roll, the shoulder rolls, the pellet drum and the windmills, the great bear swings, and shifting weight on a figure 8. See it and feel it in our mind's eye. And if your eyes are closed, enjoy it a moment longer as your hands begin the slow journey downward. The thumbs finally crossing over the belly button and the folded fingers warming on the cauldron of the body, the lower dantian. Through closed eyes and pursed lips, we visualize blowing on the embers of the cauldron of the body, and as we do, we delight in the growing, glowing light as the embers respond. And with each deep ensuing inhale, we draw the light upward and outward. We begin to blow on the embers of the cauldron of the heart, the middle dantian, the home of compassion and emotion. We blow on the embers of both cauldrons, filling our inner galaxy with light, spilling beyond the inner galaxy, bathing the space between us with light, warm, silken, friendly chi energy. And may your body be strong, and may your heart be calm. If your eyes are closed, enjoy it a moment longer as your hands begin to melt to your side, only inviting your eyes to gently, slowly flutter open, just as a butterfly might leave a flower. Welcome back. We step into the center of our little boat. The hand on this side of your room or screen makes a gentle fist that floats before your heart. The hand on this side covers it, and together, we take a deep breath in to straighten, and we slowly exhale and bow to one another in a gesture of mutual respect. As we inhale ourselves back upright in gratitude for the tradition, when we exhale, our hands melt down. When we inhale again, we inhale up overhead about an inch apart, and slowly, deliberately exhale down our center line. This is centering the chi, where we begin and end. We do another one, we bring the palms together in deference to the Shaolin. And in the Shaolin manner, we exhale only as far as that middle dantian, the heart center. When we inhale, elbows rise and wrists straighten. When we exhale, palms melt down. We are ready. We step into the center of our little boat deliberately. We inhale our hands up till they're an inch apart. And slowly and deliberately exhale down, and our knees and hands move in concert with our breath. We rise with every inhale. We fall with every exhale, floating and melting. This is syncing the chi. It's where you calibrate your movement with your postural alignment. As you move, work to keep those 3 smooth river rocks resting peacefully on life's river's edge. Beautifully done. When your hands drop again and they reach the bottom, Pause and inhale them in front of you, up to heart height. And then exhale back down and continue in this manner. Knees and hands floating, knees and hands melting. This is opening the door. Beautifully done. When your hands rise again, pause with them in front of you. Shift weight to one foot. Opposite foot, T steps in, the toe stance, just for a moment. We bow step back into our bow stance. Remember, your bow stance has space in two planes, so you have a nice wide stance as well. Your hands line up palms, and you inhale to your back foot, bring your hands to your heart. When you exhale, lunge them forward, and when you inhale again, open two curtains. And inhale back to the back foot, bring them up to the heart, line them up, exhale again. Continue breathing in this manner. This is known as piercing the clouds in Tai Chi. Move with intention. Follow your breath. Beautifully done. As you exhale forward and inhale backward, the next time you exhale forward, bring that back foot back into your center stance and pause. Shift weight to that foot. T-step, bow step into your bow stance, palms align. Inhale straight to the heart as you did before. Exhale forward, open the curtains. Inhale up to the heart, exhale lunge forward. Piercing the clouds east and west. Beautifully done. Move with intention. Well done. When your hands lunge forward again, pause out front and line them up like so. In a sawing motion, inhale to your back foot. Then exhale, saw forward, and then drag them through the sky as you inhale to the back foot. Saw forward as you exhale. Continue in this manner and invite your eyes to follow your hands. Hands follow breath. Breath follows mind. This is known as carving the clouds. Beautifully done. When your hands lunge forward and saw forward again, follow them forward. Step into your center stance. Beautifully done. Shift weight. T-step. Bow step. Line up the palms. Inhale, saw to the back foot. Exhale, saw forward. Eyes follow hands as you inhale back. Exhale forward. First, you pierce the clouds east and west. Now you're carving the clouds east and west. Beautifully done. Eyes follow hands. Hands follow breath. Breath follows mind. Yi Dao, Qi Dao. Well done. When your hands come forward again, follow them back into your center stand. Sync your Qi. Rise with the breath and fall with the breath. Continue, floating and melting. When your hands stop, buck, stay, forgive me. The dog wanted to wander off. Lie down. Good boy. Sorry about that, guys. One of the hazards of having the dog outside with me. When your hands rise again, let them pause, extended out to each side. Position yourself into horse stance, a little wider. and a little lower. Now the hand on this side begins to loop outward, so it passes your eyes. Well done. Now once you get one hand going, when you feel comfortable, get the other hand going. Begin to loop in both directions. That's it. This we call wax off. This is two forms of silk reeling combined. Looping the hands. The eyes follow the hand, and the hands follow the breath, and the breath follows the mind. Beautifully done. Now, with just a little bit of coaxing, we can go into a formal movement we all know and love that we call waving hands like clouds. So all you have to do is roll the lead wrist so the palm is facing you. Continue from side to side. As you do so, you want to calibrate your breath. So you take a deep breath in when the hand raises. You exhale as the hand crosses your field of vision. See if you can move in concert with your breath. Inhale and rise, exhale across. Waving hands like clouds. Beautifully done. And then we'll finish up with a movement known as Master Wong calms waters. So we'll do it in a sequential manner. When you inhale your hand up the next time, simply roll that wrist so palm is facing out again. Beautifully done. The only difference with Master Wong calms waters is we carry it behind us. And it's behind us that we take our deep breath in, and then we carry it all the way behind us to the opposite side. So when you feel comfortable doing so, you can join me and just go behind a little ways and then exhale all the way across. Inhale behind, exhale all the way across. Eyes follow hands, hands follow breath, breath follows mind. Beautifully done. Master Wong calms waters. And on this next one, simply return from side to side. Beautifully done. And then finally, invite the hands to pause in the middle and return to your center stance. Sink your chi. Rise with the breath. Fall with the breath. Continue floating and melting. Well done. When your hands drop again, pause at the bottom, inhale them in front of you, open the door. Well done. And when they rise again, invite them to spread wide, with eyes closed if you can tolerate it, to find your alignment, stand like tree. So with long neck and light head floating upward, our heavy shoulders and heavy tail melt downward. As our spine gently stretches between them and the string of pearls, our hands hover as if we're tenderly hugging a long-lost loved one. Our feet are parallel in the firm-rooted stance of a mighty oak on a mountaintop in the Blue Ridge. And our three energy centers rest peacefully on one another, as if we carefully gathered, balanced, and stacked three smooth river rocks on life's river's edge. With soft knees and soft belly, soft breath and soft gaze, or best of all, eyes closed, we feel the echoes of the chi we stirred, from piercing the clouds through carving the clouds, from wax off silk reel through waving hands like clouds. Finally, Master Wong calms water. We see it and feel it in our mind's eye. We use the power of our own visualization, enjoying our favorites, enjoying the show, as the hands take the final journey downward. Thumbs crossing over the belly button again, folded fingers resume warming on the cauldron of the body as we resume blowing on the embers of the cauldron of the heart and the cauldron of the body, through closed eyes and pursed lips, as if blowing through a straw. We resume blowing on the embers, and we draw the light upward and outward till we begin blowing on the embers of the cauldron of the mind, filling the inner galaxy with the brightest light yet, filling the inner galaxy with that light, spilling beyond the inner galaxy, bathing the space between us, spilling beyond the space between us, bathing the world around us, spilling beyond the world around us and bathing life itself with light, warm, sweet, silken Qi energy. With eyes closed, continue to blow on the embers of the cauldron of the mind, the cauldron of the heart, and the cauldron of the body. And if eyes are closed, enjoy it as the hands melt to your side, only inviting the eyes to gently, slowly flutter open as a butterfly might leave a flower. We step back into the center of our little boat. And our hands slowly and deliberately inhale up till they're about an inch apart. We slowly exhale down our center line, centering the Qi as promised at the beginning. So the hand on this side can make the fist, the hand on this side can cover it. Together we can take a deep breath in to straighten, slowly exhale and bow, and you give yourselves the round of applause you deserve for making light in this world today. Thank you again.